Hey, I'm Tay, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the thoughts that I've had throughout this week. There have been a few things that have been reoccurring in my mind that I just kind of want to express. AI, the ergojosh situation, and individualism. So, with AI, we all pretty much know, the loss of jobs, the amount of people who are losing jobs this year is insane. Especially within the creative field, graphic design. A lot of jobs are just kind of going away. Even in my life, I was a designer for a little bit. It's way different from graphic design, but it is kind of still design. I don't do that anymore, but there was software that the company used to basically computer generate a design, get AI to design it, and they send it off. They'll double check it to make sure that the design is fine, and they'll send it off. So and this is I'm in the South, so for something like that to happen in the South, just imagine how it is everywhere else. It already feels like in a way we're too late. I understand that there's good uses to AI, but the thing is, AI is taking all the jobs that personality and soul are put into it. We need AI for things like, mundane tasks that nobody wants to do. Like a vacuum cleaner that cleans your floors very well, the AI that detects the dirt on your floors and gets it super clean. That's what we need. We don't need AI to replicate art, to write a book, to generate music. We don't need that. I don't know who's asking for that. You know what? I know who's asking for that. Companies. Companies are asking for it because they're trying to be as cheap as possible, and they're extremely greedy. The divide between the company owners and the employees is insane in terms of pay. They're extremely greedy. And that's what all this AI art and AI creation, all of it, that's what it's catered to cutting back costs so they don't have to pay people and deal with people because they want to be as cheap as possible. But people buy your products, not machines. So when someone sees something that's copy and pasted or something that just doesn't seem that great, they're not going to get it. That doesn't connect to them. They don't relate to it. They're not going to get it. They're not going to feel any connection to it. They're just going to see it. Oh, that's kind of cool. And they're going to move on. I want to talk about the ergojosh situation. So he released a video a bit back, and it was talking about how a real artist uses AI within their art. And that video got a lot of backlash, and I understand why. I haven't watched the video. I haven't watched the videos talking about the situation. I just kind of, seen through thumbnails. Today, what's it? Not June. August 7th. Okay. So it's August 7th. I saw a video pop up. I think he uploaded it today. I watched it today. And he was doubling down basically on, how he feels like AI and art can work really well together. And that we need to adapt. The mentality of adapt or die. Not actually die, but, metaphorically speaking. And I haven't watched his process using AI with art, but I think it takes away from what you were going to come up with in the first place. You have to think of keywords to put in the generator to come up with the vibe that you're going for, when you could have just doodled something and refined it from there and looked for references from there. And when you as a human look at your reference, it's not going to look exactly the same. It's going to look as if you drew it. It's going to have your flair to it. That's the really cool thing about art. People have their own flair, their own experiences and personalities, and they put it into their work somehow. Art is what we need. Not just visual art, but literature, music. It helps us understand the social problems that are going on during whatever time frame it is. It helps us get a good look at how things were at certain periods of time. If we didn't have old literature to look at from the old world, we wouldn't understand how things were back then. Sure, we're still piecing it together now, but like those books that people wrote, it's really important. And not only the nonfiction stuff, but the fictional things as well that people wrote and that we look at and that we hold to high reverence today, like Shakespeare. AI art, when you're including AI into the art that you're making, it just takes away from it. Like, you can come up with something way better than some machine, because that's all it is. Machine programming, 01s. It's no comparison to what you could do. The really cool thing about people is that we're unpredictable. We can be really unpredictable. You know, when you draw something, like, and this is to the people who like draw, right? I'm sure this applies to other creative things. You know, when you like create something, right? And let's say you try to recreate it and it doesn't come out the same at all. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you retry, it's not going to come out the same. It's going to come out different each time. It'll come out similar, but different each time. That's the really cool thing about creation, is that you have an idea of where it's going to go, but you don't actually know where it's going until you're there. And then you see, like, when it's finished, like, oh, okay, this is different from what I was aiming for. Like, yeah, you can plan it out or whatever, but it's still going to come out a little different from what you imagined. That's the cool thing about creating. And that's my opinion on the ergojosh situation. If you're an artist, any type of creative, I think that you shouldn't let AI into your creation process, because that's what companies want you to do. These companies that, you know, have this AI, that's what they want you to do. You should do your own thing. These different AIs, whoever they're programmed by, there's still some type of bias. Which leads to the final thing that I wanted to talk about, individualism. So, like, when you have, let's say you're trying to generate, like, some anime girl picture or whatever, right? It's all, like, the same style, and there's no individuality to it. It's just the same very refined, polished, extremely polished robotic style with no hint of personality to it at all whatsoever. And I want to move it to like the expression of ideas and like letting AI write for you and things like that. I think the only time you should let AI write for you is for resumes, because resumes are completely fucking soulless. They throw it through a computer anyway, and all they look for are keywords. That's the only reason you should use AI to write anything. Otherwise, if you're trying to write journalism, or if you're trying to write a book, don't go to it, because I feel like, and this is my opinion, I don't know if there's any evidence to it, but I feel like AI is going to be biased in some way with whatever company made it to lean towards a certain direction. Everyone is biased at the end of the day, okay? But like, when everybody has the same opinion, that's a problem. Everyone should have different opinions. we shouldn't all have the same opinion. We need different opinions so we can go forward. So we can see different perspectives so we can see what we can do to make things better. But, those are like my thoughts. I hope I expressed myself well. It was something that I was kind of thinking of throughout this week. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.